Awesome. Well, thank you. I just got the stage. Here we go. My name's Helen Edwards. Thank you, Haley and Tish, for having me on. One of the things I wanted to come on and speak about was the subject of perseverance. And I think this is a great subject that needs to be not only discussed, but also encouraged because perseverance is what lies behind each of us in our endeavors to keep moving forward and keep our dreams happening, keep our goals happening, and keep whatever we're trying to make happen in our life, whether it's getting a higher paying job or getting our entrepreneurship or business rolling, real estate, friendships, relationships, anything like of the sort. Perseverance is always in the background, and it's kind of like when they say you fill your cup up, it's it's like how much of this perseverance do you fill your cup up with, and and then you find yourself sad and depressed and maybe lonely, trying to go towards your endeavors, and you realize like your perseverance cup is running very low. So that's something I wanted to just discuss here real quick. So one of the things that helped me strive and keep moving forward, I'm known for making moves. A lot of people say she's making moves, you're making moves, and when I talk to friends and people that run into me, they're like, I'm making moves. And I'm very action based. In fact, sometimes I feel like I'm a multiple achiever, constantly going, going, going. And when I don't know something, I often get stuck on what I don't know. And I immediately go watch YouTube videos, motivational videos, inspiration, because I want to get something to just push me through that obstacle or that stuck feeling of I don't know how to do it, or it gets overwhelming for me. So one of the things that I teach is about the nurturing the warrior within, nurturing the archetype. And I know there's many people out there that talk about the warrior, but I want to go back into time a little bit and talk about the warriors that are in each of our, I believe, each of ours lineage somewhere down the line. Somewhere down the line, a warrior fought for us to get to where we are today. And when you think about the billions of people in this world, and you think about the people whose bloodline didn't make it to 2021, it's fascinating because the world back in the ancient times was very brutal. And I think there's warriors. I'm not saying whether they're good warriors, bad warriors, crazy warriors, whatever they are. They're warriors that how to do what they need to do to survive. And we got a little snippet of that in 2020 when, the whole world shut down. And all of a sudden people were faced with this disturbance into their life, into their, what they're doing on a day-to-day basis. And for me, specifically, I practice what I preach. I'm very big on practicing what I preach. And that's a big thing for me to keep striving and moving forward. Another thing is I know that I have tools. As a warrior, I've got tools. I've got, when you're on the battleground, let's just say, my son's in the Air Force. When you're on the battleground, we have this discussion. You want to know the person next to you. If something happens to you, the person next to you is going to warrior up and be like, I got you. I'm going to take you to safety. And it's kind of the same in the civilized world. When we're out and about, we want to know that our friends and people in our circle have our back, especially when we're feeling down. Um, Perseverance is so big to me because, and I want to say in 2017, my brother took his life a day after I launched my book trailer, and it was devastating. And I remember thinking, you know, just how we have our family tribe, he also has his friend tribe. I have my tribe of women, very powerful women that when I have, depression, manic or bipolar, suicidal thoughts, things that I deal with myself, they're there to lift me up. Where was his tribe to lift him up? Now, it's nobody's responsibility on his actions, but I think about the idea of the warrior spirit. You know, when you have a warrior spirit, you have tools and you use them, especially in the field of battle. Especially when you're going through that hard time, especially when you're going through that obstacle. Now, warriors, they train a lot. They protect their mind, body, and spirit. They're ready to go. They're ready to go when they're called forward. That's also self-care. That's also, digging in and doing the work that needs to be done to increase your abilities on the battlefield. Those battlefields, if you look at it, can be in our mind. Our minds can be a battlefield, especially when we're fighting with ourselves. We don't want to get out of bed. We think something's too hard. We got to fight with our loved one. Something happened. It's in those moments that I feel that the warrior needs to come up and say, I'll handle this. I got this. Let's take a step back. Let's take a step forward. Let's take any step that we need to take to make this work and keep moving forward. I love how Tony Robbins talks about remember your whys. And the why for me, I really try to keep it flowing and keep remembering. A big why for me, and if you have your whys and you sometimes forget them, I just want to encourage you on this why. Maybe this will inspire you. Right now, in this moment, there are children unnecessarily dying, abuse, there's sex trafficking, there's kids without clean water, there's so many domestic violence situations going on, sometimes in our own backyard. There's so much horrific things going on in this world. And for me, one of the things that I do if I find myself in a place of complacency or stagnation is I will purposely watch videos. I will purposely, search out horrific things that are happening in this world, because I want to know, I want to be reminded that I'm here for a greater purpose. I'm here to help. When I was a kid and I was going through a lot of abusive situations, I always wished adults were doing a better job at adulting. I wish that somebody would rescue me. And I know right now in the world, there are kids out there that are wishing there were adults that would just step in their power and come save them. I know there's abusive situations going on that people are wishing there was somebody out there that would help them. As a coach and author, I, know that I can't save everybody. I understand that. But what I can do is become a better version of myself and stand in my power, so that way I can shine the light for others to stand in theirs. And so that way people can use their throat chakra. They can speak up. They can say, I don't like that. Don't do that. We're stopping this right now. And I think in the business, in the industry of coaching, authors, speakers, whatever the business is of self-help or self-improvement, I think it's beautiful. There's a lot of money to be made. But at the heart of it, remember why you're doing this. Remember why you're going out there and trying to make all this money. Is it so that way you can live a happy life? There's nothing wrong with that. For me, I know that the purpose is bigger. I'm 40 years old. I have everything I've ever wanted in my life. I never thought I'd have it at 40. I could literally stop everything I'm doing and just live freely, just reading books every day and watching Netflix if I wanted to. But I know that that's not what I want to do. I know I'm meant for bigger things. I know spirit is bigger, and it's pushing me towards a path that calls for more of me. It calls for more finances. It calls for, like what they say, when you have more of something, it amplifies of what you already are. I feel for me that my goals and dreams are meant for a larger purpose, and maybe yours are too. I believe they are, but you've got to believe they are too. So I really wanted to come on here and talk about perseverance and, warrior up, nurture your warrior within. I believe it's in all of us. How do you do that? You practice what you preach. In those moments of hard times, you pull out those tools that you've learned and use them, especially when you don't want to use them. You use them. You don't want to get out of bed. You force yourself out of bed and you use those tools. You don't want to deal with something in your relationship, something that's causing turmoil. Those are the moments you pull out and use your tools. Struggling financially, you've got these, quotes and ideas in your head. Those are the times to use them. And they will strengthen you beyond measure. I'm telling you. And when you find yourself comparing yourself to other entrepreneurs or other people that are on this self-improvement path who are making lots of money, just nip it right there. Delete. because the why is way bigger than all this comparison and jealousy and competitiveness. Okay. There's nothing wrong with having a competitive edge. I'm just saying, but nip anything in the butt that is going to cause you more turmoil, because you are meant for greatness, because our kids need it. Our loved ones need it. You know, if you have anybody you love, you want to know that if they're across the world from you, that if something were to go down, something were to happen, that somebody else would step in and help them. It's the same here. It's the same for us, you know, and that's why I believe in the good in the world. There's a multidimensional thing going on. There's good, there's evil, there's predators, there's, you know, intuitive empaths out there. Be the better person. Be great. Step into that. Choose it every day. Every day you wake up, choose it, because that's what counts. That's what our kids need. That's what our people out there that are suffering in pain, that's what they need. They need heroes, and we are those heroes. All right. I wasn't keeping track of how long I spoke for, but I just want to tell everybody, send out some good vibes, persevere, and make those moves, because the world needs us.
If I can unmute myself, the world absolutely needs us. Thank you so much for really amazing thoughts, and thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.